Greetings. I am Legacy Moon, and this is True Crime and Mysteries, Scammer Edition. Welcome back, current subscribers, new subscribers, and those of you who are here for the very first time. Welcome. If you watch me and you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that button. Well, as I said, we are going to be talking about some scammers. You know, it's been a minute since I did anything about scammers, so we're going to do that right now. Let's get into it. So we are going to get this started with some EBT fraud. The Inspector General from Pennsylvania has filed public assistant fraud charges against 90 people in the month of April and May. 85 of those people have been charged with felonies, and then the other 5 defendants have been charged with misdemeanors. The amount of restitution owed by these individuals is $716,496. They will also be temporarily disqualified from receiving the benefits they allegedly defrauded, which will save the state more money. Now, here is what the Inspector General's office is alleging. They have alleged that these individuals either trafficked their public assistants or misrepresented their household circumstances and fraudulently received, now I'm going to tell you their words, not mine, taxpayer funded public benefits to which they were not entitled. You know, I had to write that down so I can get it right. That taxpayer funded public assistance benefits. You know, folks don't play about their money. Now, I'm going to read a statement or a quote, if you will, that was made by the Inspector General's office. And it states, I think the numbers are somewhere in the neighborhood of 330 filings so far this year through June. And then around 2 million, I think, in restitution for those cases. In a statement, Inspector General Lucas Miller said, so it's a good amount of work that we are doing to bring anywhere from 700 to 1,000 criminal charges in a given year. He further stated that these bad actors make up a small number of the overall recipients, about 1% or 2%. He said more than 600 people were charged in 2023, and more than 3 million is owed in restitution. Now, I used to work for public assistance, food stamps and welfare, I guess you could say, Division of Social Services. And I did not know that there was a maximum penalty for public assistance fraud of 7 years in prison and a fine of $15,000. So I've only ever seen repayments for those benefits. I've never seen or known in my years working there of someone actually serving time. Now, in cases of fraud related to SNAP, cash assistance, and subsidized daycare fraud, there is a mandatory period of ineligibility for the program that the person has allegedly defrauded. In the month of April and May 2023, the Office of the Inspector General filed charges against 107 people in cases totaling more than $639,000. Now, as it relates to the food stamps program, there's also another thing going around that has recently been discovered, and it affects several families in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and New York. So what would happen is the recipients would find that their EBT cards that hold their SNAP benefits, formerly known as food stamps, were nearly drained, often at stores in states or cities that they've never even been to before. Now, experts say this has happened because the EBT card does not have a chip, and they're less secure and more susceptible to skimming devices. If y'all don't know what a skimming device is, it's like how you go to the store and you put your card through the machine to pay for stuff. Well, some kind of way there's like a skimming device. Good grief, a skimming device that picks up the number on your EBT card, and I guess that's how they were draining people's benefits. Now, I'm just guessing that's how it worked. I don't know for sure, but nevertheless, people were trying to use their EBT card and found out, most of their food stamps were gone, and they didn't know why. So the moral of all of the story is, if you're not entitled to benefits, don't be lying on your application.
We are continuing to follow up and go behind the headline. Viewers first shared this story with us, and as we've heard from dozens across the Delaware Valley and beyond, sharing their EBT accounts were nearly drained. For this scam, the state believes that card skimming devices are being used to steal SNAP benefits. And tonight, our Nikki Dementri is looking into another aspect of all of this and sits down with the state inspector general. Nikki, what'd you find out?
Good evening, Jessica. We're talking about public assistance fraud. That means programs including SNAP and medical assistance. Today, the Office of State Inspector General announced public assistance fraud charges against 90 people. Those charges, the agency says, happened in April and May. In total, those cases racked up more than $700,000 in restitution to the state. Investigators allege those involved either misrepresented themselves to get assistance they weren't entitled to, or they trafficked the public assistance they received.
I think the numbers are somewhere in the neighborhood of 330 filings so far this year through June, and then around $2 million, 2.2, I think, in restitution for those cases. So it's a good amount of work that we are doing to bring anywhere from 700 to 1,000 criminal charges in a given year.
Yeah, the state inspector general says we're on track to be on par with what happened last year. Let's take a look. This is from 2023. The state inspector general says more than 600 people were charged. More than $3 million is owed to the state in restitution. Big picture here, the inspector general stresses these bad actors make up a small number of these overall recipient caseload. He estimates that's about 1 to 2%. Jessica?
All right, Nikki, thank you for that. And of course, we'll continue to investigate. Our coverage continues on CBSPhiladelphia.com, where you can learn what to do if your benefits have been stolen. We also posted resources and where to find food assistance.
For this next story, we are heading over to Roanoke, Virginia, and it is not for a viewing of American Horror Story. Over there in Roanoke, a federal grand jury has returned a sealed indictment charging not 1, not 5, not 16, but 24 people with wire fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering, making false statements, and fraud in relation to emergency benefits program. What are we talking about here? The one and only Paycheck Protection Program, also known as the PPP. Now, many of you may already know that the PPP was going to say the PPP program. Well, y'all know what I mean. It was a COVID-19 pandemic relief program that's for small businesses, and it was to provide forgivable loans to small businesses for job retention and certain other expenses. I don't know if I said forgivable or favorable loans, but it's favorable loans. These 24 people are accused of participating in this scam between June 2020 and May 2021. These 24 people, they received or obtained, however you want to say it, PPP loans when most of them didn't even have operational businesses. And some of these people were they felt ever so emboldened to not only apply for those PPP loans, but they applied for unemployment benefits while they were applying for the PPP loans. Come on. Now, when you put all of these applications together that these people then filled out and everything, you have a total of $1.5 million in fraudulent benefits. And now this is according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Now, don't y'all be clowning me because I'm twisting and turning my words in this story. I don't know what is going on. What I am going to do next is read off the names of the 24 individuals as well as their purported businesses. So now if there's anybody who watches me, subscribe to me, lives in Roanoke or, whatever, has family there or something, y'all let me know if y'all have heard of these businesses. Now, I'm going to tell you, I did the first couple of ones, I did Google, didn't find anything. But I said to myself, I'm not going to sit up here and Google these 24 people's business. I'm just going to see if anyone's ever heard of them before. So here we go. We got Jamaica Michelle Austin, 31 years old, purported owner of Michelle's Boutique, LLC. Taquan DeCarlos Austin, 34, purported owner of Quan's Chimney Suite. Now, I don't know if this is brother and sister or husband and wife. I don't know, but they got a whole lot of business going on. Richard David Henson. Let me start over with that one. Richard David Henson Brown, 35, purported owner of Immaculate Bella Cleaning Service. Israel Antonio Cunningham, 36, purported owner of Tate's Lawn Care and Service. Raheem Noel Cunningham, 27, purported owner of Kwani's Lounge, LLC. Timothy Edward Cunningham, Jr., 26, purported owner of Gen 5 Dog Kennels, LLC. Michaela Centoya Fisher, 37, purported owner of Mad Styles Clothing. Joshua Scott Fleming, 32, purported owner of Clean and Shine Auto Detailing. Kiera Desiree Gardner, 35, purported owner of business in the name of Kiera Gardner and Custom Creations by Kai, LLC. Sierra Desiree Garrison, 39, purported owner of Major Pressure, LLC. Deshaun Lamar Johnson, 34, purported owner of Affordable Car Care, LLC. Now, they made a special note by Deshaun's name that reads, "This is simply the name used in the fraudulent pandemic relief request, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, and not the same as the legitimate business with the same name that operates on Williamson Road in Roanoke. We apologize for any confusion caused by the use of the name." So you mean to tell me that somebody claimed a business or tried to say they owned a business that was already owned by somebody else? You have got to be kidding me. Okay, then we have Antonio Devon Lavisi, 36, purported owner of Squeaky Clean Mobile Detailing, LLC. Mullet Kevin Legsma, 30, purported owner of Plugged in Kennel, LLC. Xavier L. Magnault, 31, purported owner of The Goat Car Care, LLC. Xavier Lee Magault, 31, purported owner of The Goat Care, LLC. Did I just say that? Okay, well, let me see. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm cool. I'm on track, y'all. We have Tylisha Otney, 33, purported owner of businesses in the name of Tylisha Lash Tech and Butterfly Effect 540, LLC. Corey Darrell Steelman, 37, purported owner of Steel Hauling, LLC. Jamal Donnell Steelman, 34, purported owner of Steel Painters, LLC. Jessica Nicole Taylor, 34, purported owner of All in Caregiving, LLC. Thomas Manuel Taylor, 54, purported owner of Showcase Kennels, LLC. Denisha Michelle Walker, 31, purported owner of multiple businesses, including businesses in the name of Denisha Walker and Lit and Fit Sculpting, LLC. Gina Shante Webb, 39, purported owner of Nay and Friends Childcare. Stephen Devato Webb, 36, self-employed and working in the janitorial industry. And Akeem Marcus Williams, 37, purported owner of Williams & Williams Moving Company, LLC. Now, I want to say this. These people weren't even creative. And I don't know if these 24 people were in a group, if they knew each other or what. But if they was going to make something up, they could have came up with a little bit more originality.
Roanoke area have been charged with fraud. Officials say that they are facing a combined 142 counts for trying to get pandemic-era loans designed to help businesses get personal protective gear, despite the fact that most of them didn't have operational businesses. Several of them also accused of applying for unemployment benefits.
I thank you for listening. Once again, I am Legacy Moon. If you are not subscribed to this channel, you might want to go on up there and hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so that you know when I drop my next video. And if you do not mind, I wish that you would just give this video a thumbs up so that I can get my video in the beat of the algorithm. Thumb, thumb,